Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Saturday to you all. You guys, I am here. I'm here, you guys, because I really wanted to stay consistent and I really wanted to make sure that I did not um, give in to not feeling well. I remember, when I used to work for corporate America, and all the jobs that I've done in the past, sometimes a lot of times calling in was not an option, and I was just doing those things for other people and other people's businesses and other people's, whatever. And I decided I'm not doing that. I'm going to do that for myself. I enjoy, growing my channel and I enjoy being on here. And I was not going to call in. I was not going to call in. So I'm here, you guys. This week has been, I'll show you guys per usual. This week has been a little, if you guys been paying attention and watching the videos throughout this week has definitely been. Hi there. Hi, Cadillac John. I am doing well. I am getting over, well, I'm still a little under the weather, but I decided I wanted to make sure I would stay consistent, because if I was out there in the world doing the regular 9 to 5, a lot of the times we can't just call in when we're sick, you know? So I definitely thank you. I wanted to come out here and make sure I was being consistent for myself and for my channel because I actually enjoy my channel. I actually enjoy coming on here and talking to you guys. And I been fighting through this whole week, and I wanted to make sure I came on. That's why I'm a little later today too. I'm about 45 minutes later than I usually come on, because I was trying to gain a little bit of a strength. but um, but yeah, we usually when we're we come in for our jobs 9 to 5. We come in for our kids, our families, and I want to make sure I came in for myself. It's cold where I am. I'm getting ready to put on some tights to keep warm. I get that, yes. And even here in Arusha, Tanzania, it definitely is the cold season. It's the cold season, June, July, which I'm trying to get used to because in the States, this is like summertime. Although right now the weather is just tripping like everywhere. So I don't know what the weather is like over there. I even heard like in Texas, there was like hail. I had to call my brother and make sure he was doing okay with the weather. He said, yeah, it's crazy, but he's doing well, thank goodness. But yeah, I definitely want to show up on here for myself and also for you guys, the Jamaican Joys. Yes, because we always show up for other people, right? We always show up for other people. We show up for our jobs, we show up for our families. And I wanted to make sure that I showed up for myself and would stay consistent with myself despite how I was feeling. Because Lord knows if something was happening with a family member or a job called us in, we would go, sick or not. Um, Hello. Squad products. It's supposed to be summer here, but it's not. Drives me crazy. I know. I wish the weather stayed the same here too, but I know that it's not. I just have to get used to it. And even for like my birthday month, which is September, you know, I'm used to not being able to plan much because I know in Florida, where I relocated from, it's always hurricane season. Okay, so it being cold here around September is, doesn't phase me. But yeah, the fact that it's cold here now in June, July, when I'm used to being warm around this time, it really it drives me nuts too. It definitely drives me nuts, And I've gotten used to not seeing snow because I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts, and there's snow around the holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. There's snow, but I haven't seen snow for so long. Being in Florida and now here. Hopefully the weather gets better. I hope so because I believe it's because of all the weather changes why we're all so sick. The kids, thank goodness it's not terrible because the last time it was really bad. It was really bad. And this time around, it's just like a lot of runny noses going on. And, you know, for me, it gets worse at night, and you guys know Boston is very cold. Yeah, Boston is cold. Boston is cold. You'll be shoveling your car out the snow. Yeah, I've been there, done that. Grew up with that. Hi Richie, welcome to the live, you guys. Thumbs up the live, you guys, as you come in, please. It helps the algorithm. It helps the channel. My cousin is from Boston. I never liked her. I'm sorry, you never liked her. Why didn't you like her? It's not because she's from Boston. Why didn't you like your cousin? My mom gives me her tights to stay warm. They def help. Okay, whatever helps, whatever keeps you warm, child. Whatever keeps you warm. She was smug. Oh, okay. Well, that's not a Bostonian thing. I don't think it is. But anyway, I don't know. But yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we can't all always get along with our family members. We're not gonna always get along with our family members. Just because we're family doesn't mean that we're gonna, always get along. It's okay to love from afar and to keep your peace. You know what I mean? I touched on base on that a little bit on this channel this week. You know, boundaries and all the things that help us to gain our peace and continue on with our peace. Those are the things that we need to be consistent in, you guys. Like learning more about ourselves and getting boundaries. You don't seem smug. Thank you. Thank you. I've never been told I was smug, so I guess that. Um, but yeah, you guys, it's definitely been one of those weeks. How is the weather where you're at, Richie? How is the weather there? Because over here, it's cold and rainy at times. Yeah, the weather change is crazy. It is so crazy, and trying hard to just doing all the things, drinking the teas, doing the whole garlic and all that stuff, garlic, the ginger, the turmeric, making sure we're keeping up with our health, you guys, because it's important. It's definitely important. And I'm not the one to Long Island, 70 degrees. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not the one to I don't like taking a whole lot of, over the counter medicines and things like that. So definitely have to like do things to promote a healthier immune system and all the things. But like I said, I'm very happy that we're not very too sick around here. Just very, uncomfortable and all the things. But how has your week been? How has it you guys this week been? It's definitely been ongoing, you guys. So tomorrow is hubby and I's 16th year anniversary, our wedding anniversary. Very exciting. Um, we're staying in tomorrow, but we have plans for Monday. So I'm excited about that, Thank you. Wild week here. Oh yeah? Do tell. Yeah, we have plans on Monday, and most likely I will record some of the activity on Monday to share with you all because I'm actually very excited about it. Hopefully everything goes well. Yeah, y'all, 16 years. And you guys married? Richie, are you married? Cadillac John, are you married? Are you old enough to be married? You might not be. Sometimes there's little kids on here. Yeah. So the kids are out of school, you guys. They're out of school. Yeah, okay. Not married, Cadillac John, okay. And Richie married. How long you been married, Richie? The um the kids are out of school for about a month. But my son, my oldest, he still has school up until the last week of the vacation. So, you know, can't find a nice girl. 35 years. 35 years. Wow. Got any tips, Richie? That's a long time. And you will find your girl, Cadillac John. You will find her, you'll find her. She will be, pray about it. She'll come your way, you know. Um, but yeah, you guys, it's just been a little bit of a crazy week. Had a lot going on, a lot of activity. There's always activity going around here, you guys. So here's some tea that's been going on around this community. I'm into girls fashion, love girls, but also love wearing girly things. Okay, understand that people change. Oh, you said a whole mouthful there. Because I'm telling you, like, hubby and I have been together going on 16 years, like I told you guys, well, 16 years. And we've been together for, I want to say, 20, 26 years. Um, but yeah, 20 years? Married 16 years plus six more is what? Two- two- Yeah, wow. So yeah, so that was one of the things too, you guys, because we got together when I was still very much, I was still very much young and still in, you know, basically living life trauma, all with all the traumas and dramas and everything else. And we actually got married and, had our son and continued on. Not in that order. Had the son and then got married and then all the things or whatever. But I basically grew as a woman within my marriage. So obviously, I changed. I changed in many different ways. And hubby's a lot older than me. He's, I want to say, what is it, 12 or 13 years. I think it's 13. 13 years difference in our age. So he's pretty much set in his ways. You know what I mean? He's pretty, he'll change here and there. And I helped, mold a little bit of that. But for the most part, I've done the most amount of change, and that is definitely so accurate when you say, understand that people change. And because yeah, I understand. um, yeah, be understanding of those changes. Yeah, definitely conversations had to be had about that because, honey, and hubby is the Jamaican in the Jamaitians name. He's the Jamaican, I'm the Haitian. So although there are some similarities, there's definitely some, you know, differences, some big differences. And yeah, with that on top of the changes, it was definitely, a lot of conversations had to be had. Working together always works. Oh, working together. You mean like working together as a team, but you don't mean like actual like 9 to 5 type of work. Do you mean that? Or do you mean, I think you mean more like, working together as a team to, better your relationship. That's definitely true. It can't be one sided, if that's what you mean. It definitely cannot be one sided or else it's not gonna get anywhere. It's really not. Um, yeah. And even with, with the things I talked about this week in the past videos, like even like with boundaries, like do you find that you are able to have boundaries within your relationships? Or is it more of you just understand each other and just keep it pushing, working toward a common goal? Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I find that I feel like I believe you should have boundaries. Also, I know that in a marriage it's definitely supposed to be like you know we're all about each other and the family and all that stuff. But when you want to individualize yourself, is there a way to set boundaries within your marriage? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? I don't even know if that's a thing. I never thought about that, to be honest. Like I've always thought about boundaries when it comes to other people outside of my immediate home. Like the only boundaries I can actually think about within my marriage, like don't touch my snacks. Don't touch my snacks. Those little things like don't throw away anything of mine unless you get my permission. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. I don't know if there's any like deep core uh boundaries when it comes to marriage. Hmm. I gotta do some more thinking about that one. I never thought about that. You know, I feel like with marriage, I feel like it's more about you gotta talk it out. It's not really about boundaries. You gotta talk it out. But more and more though, you guys, more and more as I pay attention and within my own relationships and the relationships of others, see, I definitely see certain things that definitely could use some boundaries. And that I'm thinking about it more and more since we're talking about it. Yeah, it's true. I do have boundaries. Like there's certain things like you can't raise your voice to me. Like you can't raise your voice at me. Like I'm one of the kids. Like we have 5 kids. Choose one of them to go raise your voice at. You know what I mean? So I can definitely now that I'm thinking about it more and more, there are certain things that are boundaries, But it's not boundaries, or is that just like flat out respect, which I think boundaries really are. Like, respect me, respect what I, want and don't want. Hi, Life of Marlene. Are you done with the marathon? That was fast. That was fast, girl. I almost did not come on my live because I was like, I want to stay on here. I almost didn't come off, but I had, I was dealing with a phone call, and then I had to come on my live. And so yeah, you guys, like, do you find do you find that your boundaries are being met in your relationships? And I never thought about boundaries much in a marriage, but I guess there really are boundaries, and it goes beyond, you know, it goes beyond just the don't touch my snacks and because that's my major boundary. Like, don't touch my snacks. I need my snacks. We're talking about boundaries right now, Marlene. But yeah, you guys, that is definitely something that there are always boundaries. Yeah. And I guess you don't see the boundaries too often within your marriage because you're knee deep in it. And I don't know, I feel like you should just be talking things out automatically. Whereas, outside relationships, you have to like, you know, flat out say, this is a boundary for me. Like, don't do this. And I guess as things come up is when you decide, say, like, yeah, you didn't, this is a boundary. And that's why I always, emphasize you guys learning more and more about yourselves on a regular basis because you don't know until certain things come up that it's an issue for you, then you can place the boundary. So the more you learn about yourself, the more you're able to place the proper boundaries for people around you in pretty much every aspect. Yeah, I guess yeah, you're absolutely right. In every aspect of life there's certain type of boundaries. um and you just have to decide, like, if you're gonna abide by them for yourself, because if you're not abiding by your own boundaries for yourself, you guys, then other people aren't won't either. How do you expect somebody to follow a boundary for yourself? Like, like your boundary is, you know you don't deal with people that, like Marlene was talking about in her live. We don't, you don't want people to lie to you constantly and things like that. But if you are still hanging around those people you know, after multiple I'm sorry's and whatever, like no one's gonna respect that because you don't respect that, you know. I feel like boundaries definitely have to be something that's hardcore for you. It can't be something that's just like, eh. Like if don't be saying, oh, this is a boundary for you if it's really not. Like that, because you are basically belittling yourself when you do that. I feel you're not you might as well be one of those people lying to yourself. Like, don't do that. You guys, thumbs up the live as you come in, please. Thumbs up the live. It'll be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, become a Jamaican Joy. We're all about joy over here because you guys bring me joy to doing this content brings me joy. I hope you guys are finding joys in your lives on a daily basis. And you should, as because that just shows how grateful you are for the little things, whatever they may be. You know, and the more gratitude, guys, the more blessings, in my opinion. Absolutely. Marlene, are you still here? Um, but yeah, you guys, I believe Marlene had did like a marathon on her channel. So if you are not familiar with Life with Marlene, definitely go check out her channel. She's the Florida not blogger. So it's an awesome channel. But yeah, you guys, I just wanted to come out here and really, touch base with you guys. You guys know on Sundays I don't really post. Well, I'll post. I'll definitely post something, whether it be a shorts or whatever. But I'm never really on here too on, like doing a long form on Sundays. So I might start a channel soon. Really? What do you have a niche, or are you just gonna do like a regular whatever you want to talk about? Because that's this channel here. We're not niche down at all. Whatever I want to show you guys, I'm gonna show you guys. Okay, whether it be about Tanzania, whether it be about you know procrastination and uplifting you guys, encouragement, which I'm really all about. You know, that's what this channel. I like to show you guys things, my hobbies, whatever it is. So if do you have a specific thing, or are you gonna be more like out there with the wind, like I am? You guys, so I got a text message from my brother. I got a text message from my brother this past I think it was like I want to say about 3 nights ago. Well, nights for me, day for you guys. And he was just like, "Hey," I'm like, "Hey," it's my older brother. And he was just like, "I saw your video, whatever." He was like, "It's very encouraging." That's the word he used. No, it was a different word. Same meaning, encouraging, uplifting, something. And I was just like, oh, okay. You guys, you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you. But that was encouraging though to hear that from him. I'm gonna talk about hosiery fashion, tights, and pantyhose. I'm an expert. Learn from my mom. Cool beans. Look, uh there is an audience out there that want to hear about that for sure. There's an audience out there for everyone who wants to become a content creator. And the most important thing I can tell you is to just, post and keep posting, and, eventually they'll find you and you will grow. You know, don't procrastinate. It's our what tomorrow. Tomorrow is June, y'all. June 1st, my anniversary. Tomorrow, June 1st, you guys. So we are already halfway throughout the year. Yeah, you're welcome. We're already halfway throughout the year, so don't sleep on it. If you really want to do that, if you really want to do a YouTube channel, just do it. You're on the phone now. I'm pretty sure watching me. If it's not a phone, it's something that can record. Okay, at this point, everything, probably even our earrings can record. With technology and all. So that's all you have to do. Record, get your name going, and just upload it. upload it, make sure you follow all the guidelines or whatever, and just upload it, and grow your channel. Grow your channel. It's not too late. It's only about to be June, but don't wait if that's something you really want to do. There you go. And that's good. It's nice to have knowledge on something. And I think I've seen you on this. You've definitely been on this channel before. Now you've definitely have mentioned pantyhose before, and I wasn't. I'm still not sure if you are being, if you are really speaking truth, or hey girl, hey. I miss you, girl. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while on your channel. Um, but yeah, kind of like John, if that's something you really want to do, you're not fooling around, then you do definitely just post, upload, post, and keep it going. And it's June, so you want to see your growth by the end of the year. Start now. Have you noticed how fast time goes now? Yes. When we were kids, days felt like weeks, months. Yeah, that's because we were so ready to grow up and have bills. And now that we have bills, it's like, you know, yeah, I definitely have noticed that there's days that I'm like, because even I was just talking to my friend and I was like, oh my God, where did May go? I did not realize May was already here. And I was talking to them like, okay, I have this plan for June, I have this plan, that plan. And I'm like, wait a minute, like June is here practically. I've been wearing them since I was 11. I definitely know them inside and out. Well, good. Well, there you go. Like, what's stopping you? Make your channel. Do your channel. That's what you want to do. Make your channel. There's definitely an audience out there. She was talking about this earlier. Which this girl? Which about the time? About the time? The time is go by so fast. Yeah, so fast. Like I don't know where May went. Um, I was telling Mika tomorrow. You guys, if you are not following Lovely Mika, go tap on her name right there and go follow her channel. She has an amazing channel, and yeah, go watch her. Go subscribe. Go love her up. But yeah, I was talking about you know, about boundaries, and just being able to set those boundaries even within marriages, because I was thinking about it and I was like, you're very welcome. I was just thinking about like, do I have boundaries in my marriage? You know what I mean? Like that's something you don't think about while you're in it. I'm about to be 16. Well, tomorrow's our anniversary, Mika. We're gonna be 16 years anniversary. We're celebrating on Monday. Um, but yeah, so I was just like, I know one of my boundaries I was sharing was like, okay, don't touch my snacks. Which he doesn't. He really adds on to my snacks. The kids are the kids actually know, they know better. Nobody touches my snacks. The little one, if he sees it. But yeah, I'm like, okay, is there a bound? Thank you. Is there boundaries within my marriage? I feel like boundaries is like, okay, you just what I think it was John who said there's boundaries within every aspect of life, and that's so true. Because I made a video earlier this week, and I was talking about boundaries, and because I've been feeling really down, like I've been, since it's been like a couple of weeks. I was on my menstrual, and then I got sick, and then it's like I'm trying to do things every day. I enjoy a snack, yes. Every day I was doing little things here and there. One day I did my nails. Oh, you want to see my nails too, Mika? Here they go. One day I did my nails, and girl, this is my first time having these like little trinkets, and they get caught on everything. As cute as they are, and I really like this set. They get caught on everything, and it's not very fun to crochet with them, but I'm mastering it. Thank you. So yeah, so I one day I did my nails. Thanks, girl. One day I did my nails, and then the next day I touched up on my eyebrows. just to do something to kind of uplift me because I'm just been feeling kind of down. Thank you. And I haven't not down, but like not myself. You know what I mean? And so, girl, we'll see what it ends up being. Right now, this is gonna be a part to a top, but it's supposed to be a dress. I think that's gonna be a dress because I have a lot of different pieces. This is just one of the pieces I'm working on right now. So I think in a couple of weeks, I want to say, yeah, in a couple of weeks, I'm gonna start to show on the shorts the things that I've crocheted. Um, but yeah, um, I so yeah, so I did okay. So to make myself feel better, one day I did my nails. The next day I touched up on my brows, and I changed up my hair a little bit. Just I just put it up. I was just doing things, just to get me motivated, keep me going. And then the next day after that, what happened? Something happened, y'all. Oh, if you guys have not checked out my video, go check it out after this live. Please do and thumbs it up and all that stuff and share it. It says, what's the title? The title says I'm not with this or something. I'm not with this. And the title says I was responding to a comment. Okay, go watch that video. And basically I had to set some boundaries. And because somebody had came into my channel to, go check that video out. But basically, so for me, my nails, my hair, all those things, boundaries is another form of self care. You know what I mean? Boundaries is definitely a form of self care. So even though it's not something like physical or like that you can actually see and feel and touch and all those things is so important. And that's why I always promote learning more and more about yourself. You know what I mean? And learn new skills and hobbies. Hobbies are a great way to promote learning things about yourself. You learn so much about yourself with hobbies. Okay, patience and you know new skills, everything, a lot of different things, right? And as you learn more and more about yourself, and you're able to set new boundaries for people and for yourself. And if you're not following your own boundaries and letting yourself down, other people will too, you know? And I was just thinking, like, what kind of boundaries do I have, like, within my marriage? Like, and then I'm like, well, and because and when you're married, y'all, you get into tiffs. And I realized, one of mine is you can't yell at me like I'm one of the kids. Like it's not going down like that. You know what I mean? So that's a boundary. My snacks, of course, like please no, thank you, don't touch my snacks. So, it's important, I feel like it's important, whether not to lose yourself, within relationships that are very close knit, because then you lose a sense of who you are in a way, and then you're like, okay, well, I never placed this boundary. But a lot of boundaries too, you guys, like a lot of boundaries you learn as you go. I would like to have. Oh, oh, thank you. These ones are actually what do you call them? The ones you just buy, you put on. Yeah. Of course, you got to prep your nails and do what you want to do to them, but these ones are press-ons. But I do my own nails regularly as well, like the actual way. I actually do my nails too, but I like did these. I was like, okay, I need to throw something on because your girl was not feeling it. I was not feeling myself. I just had to do something. So yeah, you guys, like you definitely want to continue to improve on you and learn more about you, and so you're able to place those boundaries, y'all. Like people will try you if you let them. They will try you and try you constantly. And I'm not with it. I'm not with it. I definitely want people to respect me, respect my space, respect my family. Like that's a boundary for me. Like my kids, don't come for my kids. Don't come for my kids. Like it's not a plaything. It's not a game. So definitely it's definitely important to continue to learn about yourself and continue to grow. We don't stop growing because we reach a certain age or reach a certain level in school. You know, has so much to offer, and it's important to, pay attention to that. Today, I actually went into the garden, and for no reason, I just went in there and I was just eating off the gooseberries and just enjoying. You're just being, and a lot of times you don't really have to do much. You don't have to be physically doing something, or, like a hobby or a skill or anything. And things, nature, life, the divine, whatever you want to say, speaks to you, and you learn things. You just have to, sometimes, you guys, we pay attention so much to everything that's around us. We pay so much attention to everything else around us. We just need to take a little time to breathe in and out and pay attention to ourselves and what's going on in here and in here, and just, try to make it make sense. I need a space as well. I need my space as well. You mean as a boundary, you need your own space, like you need to be by yourself sometimes? Yeah, I definitely get that. It's different for me in a way, because I personally, the kind of space I need, I need to be able to be like, hey, and you're not far away. I yeah, I need to be able to holla and you could hear me. Like, my space means, okay, I could be in my room, I can be in the garden, I can be somewhere, but leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me do my own thing for a little bit, for a few hours or whatever. I don't know. I've never been like, I need to be like in the house by myself, like really by myself. It's nice when it happens. Okay, it doesn't happen too often. It actually happened, I want to say, what, a couple weeks ago, when I was on my menstrual, and I was just not having it, y'all. I was just going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And hubby was like, let me let the kids out. Let me take the kids and go. Like, yeah, before I eat one of your children, like, go. So there's definitely moments. There's definitely moments. I but yeah, you guys, I just want to encourage you guys. And you need to tell me the next time we have our live. You guys know I go on live every Saturday, and I'm so glad that, I actually came on today. Even though I can hear it in my voice, I'm sorry, all the nasally sound. But go on live every Saturday. So by next Saturday, if you better have, you know started accumulating some videos or something, since you want to do a YouTube channel, Mr. Cadillac. I like my alone time, but enjoy my time wearing hose with my mom. Okay. So yeah, you guys, I am just, you know, trying to get through. I'm hoping this is a better week as far as, feeling under the weather for everyone. The baby fell asleep already, which, it's late here already, but, usually he will still be trying to holler at everybody, you know, especially since they still had ice cream. Like, they still wanted ice cream. So, gave them ice cream, and it didn't seem to do much to him. He's still knocked out. But yeah, y'all. I hope you guys appreciate that your girl is on here. Even though she is under the weather. Like, I'm really trying, you guys. I'm really, and I'm gonna stop saying trying. I am doing, okay, and that's what you guys need to say too. Like, don't be saying you're trying when you're actually doing something. And I actually did a video on that a long time, not a long time ago, like a few months ago. I did that video about not saying I'm trying when I'm actually doing, because it kind of downgrades, you know. where you are now, like how far you've reached and how far you've come. Norman Bates. I don't know. You guys like this kind of humor kind of goes over my head because I don't know. I don't really. I know Norman Bates is probably no is what a TV personality, but yeah, like and I'm trying to I kind of think I see what this is talking about, but I have no idea. Um, but yeah, what do you guys got planned for this weekend? And I don't want to hear nothing about you know hosiery and your mama. What you got planned for the weekend? What you got planned for the weekend? What are y'all doing? What are y'all up to? Anything fun? I'm really looking forward to Monday, tomorrow too. I'm not gonna skip over tomorrow. Tomorrow Sunday. Um, but I am looking forward to Monday and what we got going on. Me and hubby. I hope I get some really good footage, recording or whatever for you guys. I'll be staying with John. Look. To each his own, you know what I mean? Like, that's hilarious. But yeah, the kids are home, like I said, so they're home for vacation for about a month. Hubby and I are trying to figure out what we're gonna do. We need at least one nice big activity, um, family activity for them while they're home. I haven't decided what yet though. I haven't decided yet what. Um, any suggestions? It's cold out here though. Like I would say swimming, but I wonder if there's an indoor pool somewhere. But even still, like I feel like this is gonna get us sick all over again. But we have a whole month, for them to be out of school. But yeah, y'all, I um, I definitely think it's important, as we were saying, to set your boundaries with people. Whatever type of boundaries that you need to live a happy, calm life. And you know what, guys? Like I am proud of myself. Um, I'm proud of myself. I'm also proud of a very close friend of mine, um, because more so her because I'm actually pretty good at this, but like had issues with people, but we did not let that. You know how sometimes you get into an argument or something, you start to feel it in your throat, you start to feel like you just wanna, you know, and I feel like I've grown to a point where even she like grown where we're not absorbing the negative energy. And I feel like that's where all that stuff come from. Like you have like that ball in your throat because you're just so frustrated and you want to cry and all the things and everything. And I feel like I have really conquered that. I don't know if it's how long that's to stay or anything, but I'm happy that is moving forward. I'm able to basically control my emotions more. Like I feel like I know, like I'm better at it this year than I was than last year. Last year, y'all, I told you guys this before. I'm so happy last year is last year and it's over. But this year, your girl is winning and doing the thing. Okay, round of applause for me. Thank you very much because I have been not only consistent on this channel for myself and for you all, and trying to improve on a regular basis and just doing it. And y'all, what I'm saying, I never did lives. I think I did maybe one or two lives back when I was on the channel. And then then I stopped, and yada yada, and now I'm back. And now my lives are scheduled, and I'm doing it, and I'm just out here, and I'm improving as a person. Not just on this channel, but like going having arguments and stuff like that, and not coming out of character, and staying calm. And do you know how much that irks the person you were arguing with, where you are just calm and happy go lucky when when they over here when they argue with you or they have negativity to throw your way. I'm so proud of me and my friend because she had that same issue as well, and I'm like, yeah, girl, like high five, like pat on our backs because it's yeah, I'm not trying to gain white hairs for nobody. If the Lord decides to put white hairs in my hair, cool. But I'm not gonna push it to gain it for nobody. I'm not. It's not. I'm not stressing over nobody. I'm not getting high cholesterol, high blood pressure, none of that. I am trying to be happy and calm and at peace. And if you want to argue and fight, I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna allow it. I may watch and I may not. I might just turn my back and let you argue with yourself. You know what I mean? And I love that for me, and I want that for you guys too. I don't want you guys feeling all the feelings of having arguments and all the things because it takes from you so bad. Like the energy is gets sucked out of you, and I have not allowed that. I'll be I'm looking out my window and it just hit me. I'm so sick of this town. Oh, which town? Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yes, you guys, like I have not, let things get to me, to the point where I am basically taking in all of Northport, taking in all of the negativity from an argument, taking in all the, you know, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that because y'all, it took me up till today, to realize that I've been giving away all my energy, like getting good or bad, you know what I mean, getting sucked in by people's drama, this and mad about this, want to argue with me about this, like, and I'm being drained, and I'm always the one like because I want to keep the peace. I'm like, okay, like, how can we figure this out? I'm sorry, yada yada. Like, but in the end, I'm still like hurt over it, crying over it, feeling all tight up inside over it. That's causing diseases. That's got to go. Like, that causes diseases, y'all. Like, I am not allowing anyone to make me physically sick over nonsense. Nah, I'm learning and I've learned. Exactly. Life is too short to be miserable, and I refuse. I refuse. And Richie, like, I've been doing so well. I've been doing so well, and I am patting myself on the back because let me tell you, like, your girl has come from far when it comes to letting other people absorb her energy and all the things. I have come from far, and I'm not saying that I'm, perfect at it, but I've definitely come from far. I'm not letting people. I'm not going to be sitting there basically having arguments with myself in the shower over nonsense that happened between me and somebody else, or or be thinking about, oh, I should have said this, and having full blown arguments, because somebody got me in my feelings. Like, no, that is not happening anymore, honey. Like, I am having fun. I am being happy me, and I am doing my hobbies, and I am sipping on my water and letting you do you. Hi, the person. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not taking other people's and making other people make me miserable. Misery loves company, but I will not be that company. And that's so sad because Oh no, I forgot my tissue. That's so sad because like I am the opposite of people when they say misery loves company. I don't do that. Like I keep my misery to myself, until it's resolved. And that's not maybe that not always the best thing, but I feel like it's me spreading my misery. Of course, talking to somebody that loves me and things like that is the best thing. However, I do not love to spread my misery on other people, and there are people out there who are out here specifically just wanting to live to spread their misery and bring you down and all the things. And I'm not for it. I'm not for it. And oh my gosh, I feel so light. I feel so light in 2025 because I've learned I'm learning new things. I'm learning about myself as well, and I'm creating more boundaries, and I'm not taking in the BS. Like I'm not absorbing y'all. I was absorbing it all. I was just like carrying it around. It was every argument was a dark rain cloud, like, and it just poured all over me every time. And I was the only one. I was the only one because that's what they do. They transfer all the misery onto you so they can go about their way, skipping the doo dah, back into their life and their existence, and you're stuck left with all the burden and all the pain and all the anguish. Take back your anguish because I'm not here for it. Thanks for the hearts. I'm not here for it. You know what I mean? Like I was just sitting here, like y'all. I used to be choked up, just literally choked up over other people's drama, because they dumped it all on me. I used to be choked up on things that had to do with me because, of course, I had to be the one that's wrong. I'm the one that's always wrong. You know what I mean? And then I'm in the shower, like in tears or in conflicts. So much conflict, so much conflicts. And for what? So somebody else can sleep well, so somebody else can have. What about me? What about my rest? What about my rest? I am restful in 2025. As I've aged, I have become a better person. That's amazing. That's amazing. And we should be growing. We should be growing. uh Hold on, you guys. Yeah, you guys, we should be growing as people. We shouldn't be stagnant. We shouldn't be, being still. We should definitely be out here learning more and more about ourselves, as I always say, and growing and becoming a better you for you. That part, you know, we can't always be about improving for other people. Like, people gonna come and they're gonna go, but you are always gonna have you. You're the only you you're going to always have. You're always going to have you until your last breath. You know, you're always going to have you. So you definitely need to just learn more about you, live for your happiness and your joy. I mean, and it's not selfish. It is so not selfish to love up on yourself, to learn more about yourself, to set boundaries. The people that you're setting the boundaries for, those are the ones are that gonna say, "Oh, she's being selfish. Oh, he's being selfish with her time, her money, her things." Like, don't take it in, guys. Don't absorb it like I was absorbing it. Don't do that. Drink your water, mind your business, and be happy. Okay. And if you have haters out there, that's the best way to get back at them. Like, you living your life, you're doing you, you're drinking your water, you're being healthy. You know what I mean? And you're minding your business. Minding your business. Okay. And if people want to force their business upon you, make the decision. Make the decision for yourself, whether you want to be part of that or not. Like seriously, because the more you interact with people who are, you know, drama filled, or it's always something. It's not going to be good for you in the long run. Like especially if you have at least a smidget of empath in your bones, because y'all already know, like, and I think that's one of the things, like, as an empath, that is why I was so determined this year to just really go about honing in on my emotions and really evaluating me and all the things, because y'all, people's stuff people's stuff can really get to me, you know what I mean? And I am that girl that will cry, during a movie or whatever, you know what I mean, things like that. And so let's not even talk about real life people. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys, I was trying to tell y'all about the tea. I was trying to tell you guys what is going on what's going on over here in Arusha, right? So, okay, when you buy land, okay, there are specific guidelines. There's specific guidelines you have to follow. One specifically being, you have to be, like, when you put your fence around your property, you have to, okay, here we go. Yeah. So between the streets and your property, okay? And bought some land, their fence, and they didn't abide by that. Okay, and now the Maasai people, this is like neighborhood drama. The Maasai people are mad. They were out there with basically calling pitchforks and all the things. Okay, sorry guys, my internet was acting a fool. I'll be coming off here soon. But yes, you guys. So I try never to be rude or vulgar. Kind of have moved past that. That's good. That's awesome. But yeah, so the Maasai people, you guys, the Maasai people were mad. They came out there with their pitchforks and everything else. And it was like 40, 50 deep, I heard. I didn't go out today, so I didn't get to see it, but hubby seen it. My neighbor saw it. And so what happened? I guess the people, they didn't respect the boundaries. Okay, they did not respect the boundaries, and their fence was way over where it's supposed to be. They didn't respect the boundaries. They didn't care, y'all. And building things out here is not cheap. Okay, they built the whole fence around. They tore that fence down. They tore the fence down. It was a hot mess, I heard. The cops came and everything else. And apparently the cops out here, they didn't really care, because it was like, yeah, well, you didn't abide by the boundaries. You know what I mean? Because land, it's a serious thing, okay? And the Maasai people don't play. They don't play out here, y'all. They do not play. The Maasai do not play, and a lot of times, if it's like a vacant land, if it's just there, they'll bring their cows and their things to graze and things like that. So the fact that these people came and they put up their fence, and their fence was not even, they didn't leave the my amount of space for the street and things like that. And mind you, it's a rough road, so it's not like it's streets, but they tore the fence down, y'all. Y'all, set your boundaries. Set the boundaries and stick to the boundaries, okay? Like, do not get played out here, okay? Do not get played. Don't let people play with you. You know, it was crazy. I'm actually looking forward to. I want to, because I don't. It's been a lot of activity going around here. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing where where it went down and all the things. Because when I heard they tore down the guy's whole fence, and it's a big piece of land, so and they did it quick. Like, they put the fence around their property real quick, and it's not cheap, y'all. It's not cheap building your house, building the land, building on your land, fencing it, all the things. And then for some people, somebody come out here deep and tear it down because you didn't want to just listen to the boundary, you didn't want to follow the boundaries and the rules and regulations and things like that, you wasting your money and your time. So back to what I was saying to begin with, like you put boundaries for yourself, make sure you are following up on those boundaries, okay? Because otherwise, what's the point? You're wasting your time, you are wasting your breath because you're telling other people to respect certain boundaries of yours, and why if you're not going to follow through, what's the point? What is the point? Okay, so yeah, y'all, you guys, if you haven't watched my last few videos, make sure you go and do that. You all know we are up here trying to increase our watch hours and all the things. Okay, I think you guys, oh, you guys, the kids are out of school. The kids are out of school, so I definitely will be doing more lives this month. Yeah, I like that for us. I'll be doing a lot more lives this month, you guys. A lot more lives than long form. So definitely hit the notification bell as well as subscribing. So you guys know as I come on, I always put little posts in the community page. So yeah, the kids are home. So and even though my son is going to school still, it's a short amount of time. So it's not like I'll be depriving him of sleep and stuff. And we'll try different times. I'll do like my 9 o'clock, which is like you guys is 2 o'clock, and then I'll just do later on. We'll play by ear, but you guys will definitely be notified on a post. Okay. So once again, you guys, if you haven't, go check out those other videos. Please and thank you. Let's increase our watch hours, you guys. Thumbs up the live as you come in if you haven't. For all the whoever's watching the replay, please thumbs up the live. Subscribe if you haven't. Join the Jamaican Joys. We love it over here. You will too. Um, yeah, you guys, it's getting later and later, and I'm starting to feel it more and more. So it's time to get into the bed with some tea. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I enjoyed this live. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you guys soon.